Old Grognard says, "Here's one of my opinions regarding storytelling and being a GM. In the sea of opinions about if being a GM or DM is storytelling or not, or how it's different than being an author, I have my own 2 cents to add. To set this up, I'm going to ask a couple of questions. Have you ever run a game where the players made a decision that didn't make any sense, and then later on you found that they had a different idea of what was going on than you did? Or have you ever been on the other side of that situation as one of the players? We all know the basic process that takes place when we run a game. That is, that the GM describes what's going on, players make decisions and tell the GM what they want to do, and then the GM adjudicates what happens. And then we do this over and over and over. I think the part where the GM describes what's going on is crucial, and I have my own philosophy, if you will, about how that should be done. I think a major difference between a traditional storyteller and a GM is that a traditional storyteller describes things to explain what is going on and set up the next part of the story. The GM, on the other hand, describes things primarily so that the players can make decisions and have enough information to ask intelligent questions, with those questions being geared towards making decisions. So how is this useful? If we keep this in mind, we can be more effective in describing things to this end. If we catch ourselves going off on a lore dump, we can ask ourselves, will this help the players make their next decision? If the answer is no, then we can correct our course before they get bored and start looking at their phones. If they ask questions, then good. We shouldn't take them asking questions as a failure in our ability to describe the world. Rather, we should take it as them being engaged and wanting to know more so that they can decide what to do. So is the GM a storyteller? I think if we argue about if the GM is or isn't, we'll most likely be arguing about the definitions of words, which, by definition, is that semantics thing people talk about. What I do think is that game mastering is a craft worth learning and putting energy into. None of these games exist without people to run them. They turn into unused books, stories about when we used to play, and people arguing on the internet. It sounds corny, but next time you play, thank the GM for running the game. They'll appreciate it even if they don't say anything. If you're new to this channel and wonder what it's about, I mostly do videos where I explain game mechanics from old games, mostly 2nd edition AD&D, D6 Star Wars, and Cyberpunk 2020. Here soon we'll start in on Spelljammer for 2nd edition AD&D, and we're also going to do Gamma World 4th edition as well. If you like this video, then leave a like. If you want to leave a comment, then comment. If you want to help us out, check out the playlists and see if there's something interesting, and then watch it. Old Dognard and I dream one day of having this channel be monetized, and we're about halfway there, so if you watch our videos, it helps and we appreciate it. Thanks in advance. Well, that's all I have to say on this topic for now. Thanks for watching. Bebonimus P. Catsworth, who has no idea what we're talking about, and I wish you a wonderful rest of your day.